Leadership is relational. It doesn't exist without willing followership.
When I think about creating compelling companies, I always say there's three ways you can do it. People either align on the vision, the impact that you want to go make. They align on the values, how I feel, the people that I'm around, if it feels great to be here, or their position. The trick is, if you really want to have a great, compelling company, you have people that align on all three. So you're suggesting that for some people, they don't have to align, and yet they can still be a contributor into the business. Is it your job as a leader to get them to a place where it sets their soul on fire? Or is it enough to just allow them to be in their why and contribute to the organization?
I think it's fairly self-evident that if employees don't align with the mission and vision, they're not going to be there very long, or they're going to feel completely disconnected from the organization. So they have to be invested in the mission and vision enough. But what I'm asserting is it doesn't necessarily need to be the primary motivator for someone, because we have different buckets of employees, and we want people that are highly motivated and highly satisfied. But we also know that we have employees that are highly motivated and completely dissatisfied, or they're unmotivated, but completely satisfied. Those are somewhat rare, but that happens. As leaders, we need to be flexible enough to navigate the individual people to say, I know the mission and vision isn't necessarily front and center, but I know that you value your position, you value the relationships, you value what this affords to you. So for example, my wife works for a waste management company, and I can only imagine that there are workers in garbage trucks that have been doing it for 20, 30 years, and they aren't necessarily motivated to get promoted or to move up to the next level, but they're extraordinarily loyal and committed to doing it well. It really is a blend, and it's up to the leader to flex their style to the individual.
I think you're right. I had this conversation with one of my leaders when we were talking about we need all A players. And in his mind, A players were the people that were the hard drivers and wanted to get promoted. And I said, that's not necessarily the case. There's people in life circumstances that are maybe their spouse travels a lot, and this is a way for them to contribute to the family, but they're not trying to get promoted because their family logistics don't offer that. Yet they can still be incredibly effective for you as a person. They can still be that A player inside the company.
From a leadership perspective, the pursuit is ongoing. I don't think we should dismiss anyone if we've identified or misapplied our judgment to someone who says, you're not overly engaged here. Well, I'm just not going to give you a whole bunch of attention. No, to give you the attention you deserve, because it's my job to make you better at your job. Here's where I think the magic happens with leadership, is that leadership is relational. It doesn't exist without willing followership. So if you have a follower that over time believes that their leader has their best interest in mind, they'll start to trust the leader. And once trust is established, they'll commit to the leader. They may not commit to the logo or the brand, but they're going to commit to that person. When that person sets a micro vision that lines up with the overall mission and vision of the organization, that's when leadership really pops.